Today I would like to testify to my life, for which is defined as the quality that distinguishes a vital and functioning being from a dead body, as well as to the circumstances for which are defined as a condition, fact, or event accompanying, conditioning, or determining another that happened in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. Because how can my life, right? How can my life of quality, right? Now, let's define the quality of my life is a particular and essential character, right? Now, how can I testify to my life if I don't testify to my complete life? Now, if I was in court and this was what they call a life and death situation, right? For which is defined as involving or culminating in life or death in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, then I would be fighting for my natural life, right? Now, let me see. I'm gonna go to the NOLO, because like I say, that's a definition of what natural life is, but I don't know if I can actually find it. Now, what they say now, natural law. So I'm gonna see. So this, okay, I'm gonna just say natural law then, right? Say, cause if I was fighting for my life, then I have to fight with my life with the natural law against spiritual law, right? So wouldn't Moses' laws be the laws that govern the spiritual world? Now, wouldn't the natural laws, for which is defined as, now this is natural laws defined by the NOLO Legal Dictionary. See, that's not me speaking on my own. This is me describing the situation with the legal definition of the situation. See, so if the state would have been telling the story like I'm doing, then we would be in the court of law, right? But because I reveal Satan under the name in God We Trust in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as subsequently many dates after those dates, right? Maybe before, maybe on, maybe after, right? Because I have went in these venues reporting the crime just like you would go inside a police station or you would call 911. But see, if you call the police and they were looking for me, then they would be doing what I'm doing, looking for them. See, they would tell you that I'm a threat to them, but they'll tell you I'm a threat to you as if you them. But you saying, well, why do you charge me with obstruction of justice if you looking for me? See, but hold on. But I'm gonna show you, now see, that's a statutory law. But now I'm gonna show you natural law. Okay, natural law. The definition of natural law is principles considered to come from nature and to bind human society in the absence of or in addition to human-made positive law. See, now positive, not, see, that lets you know that they make laws for their own protection. See, that's why if you go back in my testimony, I read to you the Declaration of Independence that the 13 states who was not 13 states according to the owner of the 13 colonies. See, they changed their name from 13 colonies to 13 states, like Saul changed his name from Saul to Paul. See, but when a nation do it, then in the Bible is when Jacob, see, okay, let's define Jacob. See, and then you will see when America did what Jacob did. See, Jacob is defined in the Bible a son of Isaac and Rebekah, the twin brother of Esau and heir of God's promise of blessing to Abraham. And then the second is which ones I'm telling you about is the ancient Hebrew nation. So now see, if okay, let's see if America is somebody. See, because America is named after somebody. Probably, let's see. I never really looked at. No, it just nah. But they probably wouldn't do that anyway. But I bet you somebody's mama name was America or something. You see, because it was that King Fernando or Fernandez from Spain who gave Christopher Columbus the money to come over here because he thought the world was flat. So when it came, they called it the New World. How did it become America if it wasn't named after something? Right? But they ain't telling us. How did they come up with the name America? Just somebody named it. It wasn't America because it was the 13 colonies. So how did these, and then it said these United States. See, it didn't say the United States of America. When they first, on the Declaration of Independence, it say these 13 states. So, and it say these United States. Now, when did it become the United States of America? And after that, it became 13, 14, 15. So this nation has always evolved, right? So now, if Jacob is now Israel, then America is now Four Castles Incorporated. Because if you change names every time you defeat the owner of the land, see, when will I be you? If I defeated you like you defeated your king. But see, history is told not by the victor, but by the masses. see, right? Because everybody now is telling their version of my story, right? See, because this is history, right? A chronological record of significant events. But in where? See, you telling about where you at. Whether you the historian with who is the scribe. Okay, let's say historian. See, so now, see, I have to be, this is my life story. So I am the historian, right? A student or writer of history. So see how I'm learning as I write my history. So I am in the definition of historian. See, I'm a student or writer of history. I am both. I am now writing my history because I was thrown out of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. And I was denied access to the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. Now, I wasn't denied entry. See, I got my case in the court. They refused to hear it. So I that's access. See, entry and access is two different things. Okay, look, entry. Okay, entry. The right or privilege of entering. So see, I went into the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. See, that's why I'll be in there forever. But I was denied access to the courts. See, I'm in the clerk of the courts. I'm not in the courtroom. I was denied access to the courtroom. See, this is what I'm talking about. Access, permission, liberty, or ability to enter, approach, see, or press to and from a place, or to approach or communicate with a person or a thing. See, so I wasn't able to consult with the judge for which is a thing. See, you all think the judge is a person, but the judge is an official. See, now, an official is a position, but it's a person. See, look, one who holds or is invested with an office. See, so it's a person that's a judge. The judge is the thing. The person is who holds the office of a judge. See what I'm saying? But you gotta break down nonsense. Look, okay, let's go to, now, I don't know if it might, see, like I say, because I'm looking it up now. See, okay, nonsense, my bad. Okay, nonsense. Words or language having no meaning or conveying no intelligible ideas. See, so now, what I'm gonna do to show myself approved, I'm going to get the Quran, but it's the Shihi International Version of the Noble Quran, chapter 2, verses 146 to 153. And then I'm going to get Proverbs 1 out of the King James Version of the Holy Bible, because it says if two or more agree, to prove that I'm God in the midst of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. But I have been denied access to the courtrooms in the federal courthouse because of when I went into the courtrooms in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida and revealed the judge to be a person impersonating God, or Satan being led and commanded by a God to tempt humans to sin. And now I'm describing what I saw when the judge became a serpent. That was in Genesis 3. And then the preachers and the elders became Adam and Eve. And now the children are lost in the wilderness. And I'm giving them the instructions to get out of the wilderness that their elders have led them in, following behind Adam, Eve, and the serpent. Now, here's the biblical evidence to justify my claim. This is chapter 2 of the Shihi International Version of the Holy Quran, verse 146. Those to whom we gave the scripture know him, i.e. Prophet Muhammad, as they know their own sons. But indeed, a party of them conceal the truth while they know it. The truth is from your Lord, so never be among the doubters. For each religious following is a prayer direction toward which it faces. So race to all that is good. Whatever you may be, Allah will bring you forth for judgment altogether. Indeed, Allah is over all things competent. So from whatever you go out for prayer, O Muhammad. So from wherever you go out for prayer, O Muhammad, turn your face towards Al Masjid Al Harim. So it's ALMASJID. So we talking pronunciation. So I'm respecting you by spelling it, because I don't want you to get caught up in your feelings. So I'm respecting you by letting you then pronounce what you think that I would be disrespecting. So that's why I'm spelling it, because I'm not, this is not satire. This is my actual testimony. So, because I'm learning this as I speak it to you. So I'm like the Prophet Muhammad. See, I'm unlearned. See, you not teaching me. I'm testifying to you who teaching others, so you can be better teachers. See, because I'm saying if you against me, then you against this. So, and so I'm gonna spell it again from the beginning. It's AL-MASJID AL-HAR-AM. And indeed, it is the truth from your Lord, and Allah is unaware of what you do. Excuse me. And Allah is not unaware of what you do. And from wherever you go out for prayer, turn your face towards AL-MASJID AL-HARAM. And wherever you believers may be, turn your faces towards it, in order that the people will not have an argument against you, except for those of them who commit wrong. So fear them not, but fear me. And it is so I may complete my favor upon you, and that you, complete my favor upon you, and that you may be guided, just as we have sent among you a messenger from yourselves, reciting to you our verses, and purifying you, and teaching you the book and wisdom, and teaching you that which you did not know. So remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me, and do not deny me, or you will have believed. O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. Now, that is, like I say, chapter 2, in the Shaheed International Version of the Holy Quran, verses 146 through 153. Now I'm using the Proverbs 1 in the King James Version of Bible Hub. I use the Bible Hub King James Version of the Bible, but but then I use the King James Version of the Bible anyway. But this time I'm using Bible Hub to be specific, because this my testimony, so it's legal. It's got to be what it is. So now this is called the beginning of knowledge, and it's verses 1 through 7. And it says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction is to perceive the words of understanding. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity. To give subtly to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So now, if I am, right, now, see, if I am testifying of my life? Am I not testifying to the circumstances that surround my life? Now, if I would have succumbed to those circumstances, right, which is defined as as the conditions, right? So now, let's say the conditions. A premise upon which the fulfillment of an agreement depends. So, right? So now, in order for me to justify myself in the beginning of knowledge, then I have to go back to where my knowledge began. And then if my knowledge is of biblical birth, then I'll be able to go and show you the beginning of knowledge. Because if truth recognize truth as real, recognize real, then my truth would go back to the beginning of knowledge. Because knowledge reveals truth, and truth reveals knowledge, because knowledge is truth. How can you know something, right, if it's not true? You know something, but you don't know that it's not true until you use the knowledge. See, that's why my love is biblical, because my love is universal. See what I'm saying? If you love something, then you could love everything. It's that you choose to love only what you choose to love. But the love that you showing something is being seen by somebody, right? That's why people become jealous of things and people. Because the person that they love that thing or that person, or they feel that person loved that thing more than they love them. See, and I learned at an early age that you don't love things because things get old. You know, like I used to love my bike, right? And somebody stole it. And then I was like, man, I got to stop saying I love something, because how can you steal it if I love it, right? So then I started realizing that I'm love, right? But then people start calling you conceited. They start calling me conceited, right? But they supposed to be the beginning of knowledge. So at the beginning of knowledge of myself, wouldn't I love myself because I'm knowledge? Right? Think about it now. If you love Jesus through your understanding, through knowledge gained of Jesus' love for you, when I found myself loving my wife, loving my grandmother, loving my daughter, loving my son, then I saw that I could love me. It's okay. But when I found my knowledge of myself, I was so young that the ignorance around me, see, like the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. See, when I rose to the level of their understanding, they hated me. But I'm saying, listen, I'm the beginning of knowledge. According to Proverbs 1, why do you hate the beginning of what you love, but you hate it in the flesh, but you love it in writing? But then when I wrote myself in writing, you hated that too. I mean, they was like, look what you said. And I'm saying, but I said it. You mad? I mean, this chick, I was in a friend of mine barbershop, man, and she reading the book, and I'm like, wow, man. I'm saying, lady, that's my testimony. But you would tell me about the Bible as if you know Jesus and want to be all. And I'm like, man, look at these people. Spiritual. not human. And then it's like, you know, when I used to go into church, you know, they used to say, oh, look at the devil on him. And I'm saying, I'm just in here with all you fake people. So why would truth want to be in a sea of lies? And y'all just sitting in there paying to be lied to. But the truth right there, telling you the truth the whole time, but you mad with the truth in the flesh. But you will want a man in the flesh to tell you by the spirit. How he know the spirit and then come to find out he the spirit he telling you about. He is the evil spirit. She is. That's what Jesus say, many will come in my name doing signs and wonders, do not be deceived. See, and the Bible say a good name in Proverbs. But now, see, so now I'm going to just, because I got 4 more minutes. So now, to know wisdom, see what I'm saying? So how can a slave in America or a descendant of slaves in America for whom was denied by legislative decision the right to read and write, that means that the Congress in the United States of America passed a law that a group of its citizens would be against Proverbs in the Bible. How would they know not wisdom when they can't read nor write? So now, if America legislated my people to not know me, then wouldn't I then be able to charge America with impersonating me? Wisdom? Well, if okay, hold on, let's break down who wisdom is, right? See, because if you don't understand, you'll never know. Ability. So see, you gotta have the ability to discern inequalities and relationships. So now, the leaders of America's past must have had the ability to see our ability to be wiser than them. Because that is the ability, that is the history that America has shown, that it's afraid of its slaves' ability to discern inequalities and relationships. So what it did was it legislated them ignorant. See, so then we have what they call mother's wit, right? Now I wonder if they have that mothers, cause see, they now, well, you know, that's what they used to say, like mother's wit. So let's say wit, the ability to relate seamlessly desperate things so as to illuminate or amuse. See, so you know your mama will be able to show you things from a passive position because they women. Now, if your daddy show you that same passive position, it's weakness. So see, my mother showed me how to be passive aggressive. See, so when you use your wisdom, you then reveal wit. Now, that wit must be written so the next generation can become wiser. See, so progression comes from progression. See what I'm saying? If you progress and do not progress mentally, you regress as you progress. You get older, but you don't become wiser. So you become simple in your understanding of yourself. See, so the more you learn about someone else, the less you learn about yourself. See, so when it come time for you to defend you, you have no evidence. See, because you never worked on you, you learned how to wait on somebody else. So see, you are a servant. see, look, see, you are a servant, one that serves another. See, especially one that performs duties about the person or home of a master or personal employer. See, you are a servant. See, I am a disciple. See, one who accepts and assists in spreading the doctrine of another. See, I'm using my life to justify the scriptures, and I'm using the scriptures to justify my life.